Sometimes they appear unexpectedly. Small brown spots on the face, hands, or neck cause no pain or itching. But each time, looking in the mirror, the gaze is inevitably drawn to them. Pigment spots are the unnoticed signs of time, sunlight, and fatigue. Many perceive them as an inevitable attribute, like wrinkles or gray hair, while some struggle against them, spending significant amounts on procedures and creams, the effect of which fades faster than hope. But what if I told you there is a simple way to get rid of pigmentation spots forever, without laser interventions, aggressive acids, and expensive cosmetics? Most likely you already have this remedy at home. Moreover, it not only removes stains but also makes the skin brighter, smoother, and younger. Pigmentation is not just a cosmetic issue. It can signal internal processes, hormonal imbalances, nutrient deficiencies, and skin barrier dysfunctions. Appearing as small dots, over time it can take up more space. However, the main thing is that it can be effectively fought and even won without harming the skin. You will be amazed at how effective natural ingredients can be, those substances we often underestimate and sometimes even throw away. They work as well as pharmacy remedies, but do so more gently, deeply, and for longer. One of these components is the secret hero of our discussion. This remedy is called the plant serum of youth. It has been used in folk medicine for hundreds of years, but recently it has been forgotten. In this video, I will share 5 strategies that will help you permanently get rid of pigmentation spots. One of the points will likely change your perception of skin and skincare, especially the 4th one. Don't miss it. If you want to restore an even tone, glow, and health to your skin, stay with us until the end. To not miss other valuable tips, be sure to follow the updates. The first remedy is right at your hand. Sometimes the most effective solutions do not require flashy names or expensive packaging. They quietly sit on our shelf, and we just overlook them. Castor oil is just such a case. A product everyone knows, but few understand what it is truly capable of. It is not just a moisturizing oil, but a real natural find that works deeply, gently, and with astonishing consistency. Many believe that to get rid of pigmentation spots, acid peels, laser procedures, or powerful whitening serums are necessary. However, castor oil disproves this myth. It does not work superficially, but acts from within, activating the skin's natural renewal processes. Its strength lies in softness. Where aggressive chemicals cause irritation, it heals and restores. The secret lies in its composition. Castor oil contains a rare ricinoleic acid, a compound capable of penetrating the deepest layers of the skin. This acid activates blood circulation, accelerates metabolic processes in cells, and promotes their faster renewal. With each passing day, the skin becomes smoother, and pigmentation gradually dissipates, as if dissolving from within. To see the effect, you only need a few minutes a day. Just apply a drop of oil directly on the pigment spot and gently rub it in with your fingertips. It is best to do this in the evening before bed. Overnight, the oil shows its effectiveness particularly well. The skin absorbs all the necessary substances while you rest. In just a few weeks, the surface will become smooth and the color noticeably brighter. It is important to understand that this is not instant magic. Castor oil works gradually, but the result lasts a long time. It does not damage the skin, does not dry or thin it. On the contrary, it makes the skin denser, more resistant to external factors, and importantly, restores its natural glow. It is best to use the oil sparingly, only on problem areas. There is no need to treat the entire face. This method prevents excessive greasiness and makes care more targeted. Pleasantly, castor oil is economical. A small bottle lasts several months. Choose only high-quality cold-pressed oil to ensure all active components are preserved. No flavorings, impurities, or cheap additives. Real castor oil has a specific smell that confirms its authenticity. This aroma is a sign of strength. To enhance the effect, you can add a drop of tea tree or lavender oil, which have mild antiseptic and brightening properties. However, if the skin is sensitive, it is better to start with pure oil, without additives, to give it time to adjust. After a few weeks, various combinations can be tried. Some note that the effect becomes especially noticeable when applying oil after a warm compress. The heat opens the pores, allowing the active ingredients to penetrate deeper. This is a simple yet effective method that significantly enhances the result. And even if it seems that the stains are too old, do not despair. Castor oil gradually brings the pigment out, layer by layer. At times it may seem that there are no changes, But then, unexpectedly, the skin seems to awaken. This is a natural process, and its strength lies in its naturalness. Remember, without sunscreen, any treatment will be in vain. After nighttime care, be sure to apply protection in the morning. Even light daylight can reactivate melanin. Castor oil does not fight against sunlight. It battles its consequences. Therefore, protection is your indispensable ally. Another advantage of this remedy is its versatility. It is suitable for all skin types, even the most delicate, and requires no special care. Oil does not spoil, does not lose its properties, and can be stored for years. Nature created it to help, not complicate life. Castor oil is that quiet assistant that does not promise instant miracles but gives real results. If you give this time and show patience, it can achieve what expensive cream cannot: purity, smoothness, and confidence for the skin. Sometimes, greatness truly lies in simplicity. Secondly, a mixture capable of creating miracles in just a few minutes. There are components that, as if designed by nature, combine beautifully with each other. They enhance each other's effects, like two musicians whose melodies merge into a perfect chord. This is how lemon and apple cider vinegar work together. This simple, yet incredibly effective mixture against pigment spots surprises even those who have tried many other remedies. Interestingly, the effect becomes noticeable in just a few days. Lemon is a treasure trove of natural acids and vitamin C. These substances function as a gentle peel, removing dead skin cells, evening out skin tone, and giving it freshness. Apple cider vinegar, rich in enzymes and trace elements, helps regulate pH levels and has antibacterial properties. In tandem, they not only brighten spots, but literally restart the skin's surface. To create this remedy, only 2 ingredients are needed: fresh lemon juice and natural apple cider vinegar. Mix them in equal proportions and apply to problem areas with a cotton pad. In just 10 minutes, the skin seems to transform. After that, be sure to rinse the mixture with warm water and apply a nourishing cream. The effect will gradually show, but it will be noticeable. The skin will become clearer and brighter after just a few applications. However, it should be noted that lemon and vinegar are acids. Their effect is quite strong, so this procedure should not be abused. It is recommended to do it no more than 3 times a week and only in the evening. In the morning, it is necessary to use sunscreen. Otherwise, the sun's rays will reactivate melanin production and the achieved result may disappear. This duo helps not only with pigmentation spots but also with acne marks, uneven skin tone, and light scars. It promotes natural skin renewal without the use of hardware cosmetology. After the procedure, it feels like the face begins to breathe. Many underestimate the importance of the skin's acid balance, but it determines how quickly it ages and how easily it recovers. Apple cider vinegar helps restore balance, making skin more resistant to inflammation and external irritants, which is especially relevant for urban dwellers where the air is filled with dust and toxins. Vitamin C from lemon acts as a natural antioxidant, blocking the action of free radicals, which are the main culprits of premature aging. Therefore, the lemon vinegar mixture not only brightens, but also rejuvenates the skin. It becomes denser and firmer, and a natural glow, impossible to replicate with cosmetics, appears on its surface. If you have sensitive skin, you can dilute the mixture with water. Use 1 part lemon, 1 part vinegar, and 1 part water. The effect will remain, but the impact will be softer. If you want to enhance the result, add a drop of honey. It softens the acids and additionally nourishes the skin. Some notice that after just 1 week of use, the spots become less pronounced. Acids can literally dissolve the upper layer of old cells, freeing space for new ones. This renewal process occurs naturally, without pain or redness. It is important to remember one simple truth. The power of lemon and vinegar lies not in aggressiveness, but in the regularity of their use. The more often you use this mixture, the deeper its effect. Once your skin gets used to it, its tone will become even and clean, like after a professional treatment. However, there is one warning. Never go out in the sun with remnants of this mixture on your face. Even weak acids, when exposed to ultraviolet light, can cause burns. Therefore, it is best to use them in the evening, exercising caution and patience. This simple remedy is an example of how 2 ordinary things, combined, can become a powerful agent. They don't need complex recipes or expensive components, just attention and regularity. When you start to notice how the pigment spots gradually disappear and the skin becomes lighter, you realize that miracles do happen. Sometimes they just smell like lemon and apple. The third remedy is a gel that makes the skin fresh, like new. There are plants that can be spoken of with admiration, for they have survived centuries, helped people long before the advent of cosmetology, and still remain irreplaceable. One such plant is aloe vera. His gel is called living water for the skin, and it's not just beautiful words. It contains a true laboratory of natural substances capable of restoring, healing, and even lightening pigmentation spots. Aloe vera is not just a moisturizer, but a regenerator, antiseptic, and antioxidant in one bottle. His gel is rich in enzymes, vitamins, amino acids, and minerals that accelerate cell renewal and regulate melanin production. Therefore, with regular use, pigment spots gradually disappear, and the skin becomes remarkably smooth and fresh. Using aloe is incredibly simple. Just cut a leaf, squeeze out the clear gel, and apply it to the problem areas. You can leave it on overnight. It will fully absorb, leaving no greasy shine. If there is no fresh plant at hand, a pharmacy gel will suffice, as long as it contains at least 90% pure extract. The secret of aloe's effectiveness is that it works gently but deeply, soothing the skin, unlike lemon and vinegar, which provide an acidic kick. Therefore, these means complement each other perfectly. Aloe becomes the finishing touch in the fight against pigmentation and consolidates the result. In addition to its whitening effect, aloe gel helps reduce inflammation and redness. It cools the skin, alleviates itching, and makes it visually denser. It is especially useful after sun exposure, as aloe not only prevents burns but also blocks the activity of melanocytes, which cause new spots. Many notice that with regular use, aloe makes the skin seem rejuvenated. This happens because the gel stimulates collagen production. The skin becomes more elastic, fine wrinkles smooth out, and the tone evens out. The face looks fresh and radiant, as if it emits an inner light. To enhance the effect, one can combine aloe with a few drops of castor oil. These two components perfectly complement each other. The oil penetrates deep into the skin, while the aloe retains moisture and nutrients, preventing it from drying out. This is especially relevant in the cold season when the skin is stressed by wind and sharp temperature fluctuations. Aloe is sometimes called a plant capable of slowing down the passage of time, and this is not by chance. It really slows down skin aging thanks to its antioxidants that fight oxidative stress and protect cells from damage. Therefore, aloe gel becomes an essential element in skincare if you aim not only to get rid of blemishes, but also to prolong skin youth. An interesting fact: aloe is suitable for everyone without exception. It can be used on oily, dry, combination, and sensitive skin. It does not cause allergies and perfectly complements other products, on the contrary, enhancing their effect. If you add a drop of gel to your cream or mask, the effect will become twice as noticeable. To achieve the best results, it is recommended to use aloe daily, in the morning as a moisturizer and in the evening as a night mask. After a few weeks, you will notice that the skin becomes soft, even, and radiates health. However, like with other natural remedies, it's important to maintain consistency. Aloe won't provide instant results, but its effect will be long-lasting. The skin not only looks better, it truly improves from within. Gradually, signs of fatigue disappear, and the complexion becomes even and natural. At this moment, it becomes clear that success depends not on expensive products, but on consistent self-care. Aloe vera is a symbol of purity and restoration. This gel, capable of transforming the skin, requires nothing in return but a little patience. Sometimes a single leaf of a plant can do more than dozens of jars from the store. But there is a fourth mistake that can negate all efforts. Many notice the first improvements and rejoice. Spots become lighter, skin smoother, and complexion clearer. But soon, as if by misfortune, everything returns. The same spots and shadows. It seems that all efforts were in vain. The reason is simple and familiar to many. The main mistake is ignoring sun protection. Without it, any care turns into a meaningless cycle. The sun is not an enemy, but it must be treated with respect. Its rays activate the production of melanin, the pigment that leads to the formation of those very spots. Even in winter, even on cloudy days, ultraviolet rays penetrate through clouds and glass. If the skin is not protected, it begins to darken again in the areas where it was lightened. All treatment can be in vain in just a few hours. Sunscreen is not just a cosmetic for vacation, but the foundation of any care. It should be applied every day, even if you are not going outside. It is especially important to protect the face, neck, hands, and décolletage, as pigmentation occurs most often there. This simple action can preserve the results you have spent weeks achieving. The optimal sun protection is a cream with a factor of at least 30. For summer, it is advisable to choose products with a rating of 50 and above. Additionally, reapplication is necessary every 2 to 3 hours if you are outdoors. Many people ignore this rule, believing that morning application will be enough. However, ultraviolet rays do not forgive negligence. It is also important to pay attention to the choice of cream. Ideally, it should contain antioxidants and moisturizing components. They not only reflect sunlight but also aid in skin recovery after light exposure. Quality sunscreens do not clog pores and leave no greasy shine, becoming part of your daily care. Some believe that if the skin is already tanned, it is protected. This is a misconception. Tanning is the body's response to damage. Melanin is produced in response to stress, and each new dose of sunlight only exacerbates the problem. Therefore, even tanned skin requires protection just as much as light skin. Sunscreens do not contradict naturalness. They help maintain skin health. People who start using SPF cream notice that their skin becomes softer, smoother, and even younger looking after a few months. This happens because the skin no longer experiences constant stress from ultraviolet rays. There is another important recommendation. Protection should be applied not only externally, but also from within. Foods rich in antioxidants, such as green tea, berries, and spinach, help the skin resist sunlight at the cellular level. Thus, skincare becomes comprehensive, both external and internal. However, it is important to remember that even after using natural remedies like lemon, vinegar, or aloe, the skin becomes more sensitive to the sun. As a result of renewal, the outer layer of skin thins, and any sun exposure intensifies significantly. Therefore, using sunscreen after such procedures is not just a recommendation, but a necessity. Ignoring this rule can negate all previous efforts. Pigment spots may return and even become darker than they were. The skin tries to protect itself by creating new areas of pigmentation. The more often this happens, the harder it is to restore an even tone. Sometimes it seems that sunscreen is a trivial matter, but it determines whether the skin will look healthy. It is not just a barrier, but a sign of self-care, a small daily ritual that makes all other efforts more effective. You can spend money on the most expensive products, but without sun protection, they are useless. Everything you apply in the evening loses its meaning in the morning if the skin is not protected. It feels like repairing a roof with an open window during the rain. If you want the pigment spots to disappear forever, remember this: no treatment will work without sun protection. This simple habit separates the temporary effect from the lasting result. The fifth point that almost no one thinks about. When it comes to pigment spots, most people think of creams, masks, and procedures. We are used to seeking solutions from the outside, but the truth is that the skin reflects the internal state of the body.